if you're from the street, pause. And again, I think what started all of this is that Jomo says something, or Jim. I'm like, because I remember him as Jomo. He invited niggas to his pause.
Yes, yes, yes.
So in the street, that's a violation. It's the biggest form of disrespect.
I told people that. That's the problem.
So on one block, I mean, shot for that.
Yep.
But on another block, with different people from different places, it's a joke. It's not a big deal.
Things just get way more heated between Dame Dash and Jim Jones. The tension that's been simmering for years has just exploded, and Dame ain't holding back. Recently, Dame Dash did what he always does: speak his mind and let the world know exactly what's going on. Here's what Dame Dash had to say on the American News Network.
Families fight, and that was family business. And, let's say I don't have so much respect for the person, I still have respect for the Harlem brotherhood, the brotherhood of Harlem, and I just feel like certain things, number one, are embarrassing if people that you feel you've raised and helped could disrespect you in a certain way. But, it ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? So generally speaking, our rule of thumb is we have problems. Everybody does. It's human. But you deal with them internally. You keep it amongst the family. And years before, I had conversations with the younger generation, Cam and them, and was like, no matter what, regardless of what, we have to always have a united front. And if there's problems, we need to talk it out privately. This is something that's hard for me.
My fault.
I just sit this one out. But it's more embarrassing than anything. Like regardless, it ain't for me. Everybody knows what's right, what's wrong, and people act certain ways. It's just, at this age, it's embarrassing.
Well, what they were saying, I was telling them that, and Dame, tell the truth. Me and you talk all the time. That's why I'm telling you real. Have you ever brought up that Jim Jones tried to jump into me at all?
Nah.
Dame never told. I told you that. Dame never told me about this. Never, ever, ever. So I'm telling the truth. Cam and Jim going through something right now. So Cam did what he wanted to do, and I was shocked. And I got no problem with Jim. Dame, Jim is all right with me. That's Dame. They know each other too with kids. Dame raised those dudes. So you're gonna do that to the OG? That's what bothered me, Dame. We cool. We go to BBQs. We argue for 8 hours, and we walk out smiling. Nori, Bleak, and Dame talk for 3 hours. You'll squash that beat. That could have been a conversation, Dame, Jim, and you, man. That's crazy to me, bro. And I know you ain't soft. Not because you my man. Dame is just not soft. I'm not sweet. We ain't killers, but come on, bro. That's crazy. Dame, you was gonna fight 3 people, Dame?
I mean, it wasn't like it just was, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. You ain't get too deep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the one thing that, a lot of times when you're around certain people, they spend a lot of time telling you superhero tough stories about themselves. I did this, I did that, and it sounds unbelievable. And, it's like, how tough can you be with somebody you knew since you was 8? It was in that moment, to me, it ain't no props in getting that Jomo. You know what I'm saying? Or it would be like if I had to fight him and beat him, or he beat me, whatever. The fact that we even fought is so anti-Harlem and against everything that it wasn't something that I was like, oh, that's some fly shit that I fronted on him and his crew and all that. Nah, I thought the whole thing, it wasn't anything that made me happy. It wasn't like I never looked at him as a op. I never looked at him as somebody that I would want to really hurt.
If there any way down the line you would sit with Jim Jones and squash the beef?
Pause.
I
don't have no beef with Jim Jones. If I had first of all, if I got a beef with somebody, we're not talking about it on that's not what we're doing.
Social media, yeah, we don't. Okay,
we don't do like to me, nothing has happened that is unresolvable. And again, you got to lead by example. So unless you snitching or children or raping, you know, I can get over most things. If you're from the street, pause. And again, I think what started all of this is that, you know, like Jomo says something, or Jim. I'm like, because I remember him as Jomo. He invited niggas to his pause.
Yes.
So in the street, that's a violation. It's the biggest form of disrespect.
I tell people that. That's the problem.
So on one block, I mean, shot for that.
Yep.
But on another block with different people from different places, you know, it's a joke. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So emotional intelligence is knowing what to say when you're in different situations, knowing how people are going to react. Because some people act different from a word. You know what I mean?
But here's the cold part. Dame's response wasn't just emotional. It was also strategic. He even referred to the situation as family business and said that it's one thing to have a disagreement, but it's another to publicly air out dirty laundry. That right there is a message aimed at both Jim Jones and the public. Keep the drama off social media, especially when it involves people you once called family. Now let's be clear. Dame doesn't think the whole thing is a lost cause. He's not calling for war. In the end, Dame's message is clear. Enough is enough. It's time to end this cycle of petty feuds. These men were once like brothers, and it's time for them to either rebuild or move on. Honestly, I never expected Jim Jones and Dame Dash to almost come to blows like that. These Rockefeller guys have a complicated relationship, full of love, hate, and years of unresolved issues. And the tension with 50 Cent only made things worse. Everybody know that 50 isn't the one you want to have a clash with, especially when you're already dealing with drama within your own circle. What's wild is that this whole thing reignited after 50 Cent admitted that he used Jim Jones to help take down Cameron back in the day. Click the video on the screen to hear what 50 said that set Jim Jones off. Also, I'll drop the link to Dame Dash's full interview down below in the description, so make sure you go check that out as well. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.